Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
11.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Hassan Reddick coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check the back. Check 3. Mike, go. Mike, 5-4. Let's go.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
And the Cardinals first down.
Set. 56 long. 54. Here we go. Shift.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run it with Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Clay, the intended receiver, that time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
To throw is Garoppolo. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 63 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He was covered by Richard Sherman.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Snap comes to Murray at 1. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Christian Kirk, incomplete. That is 3 plays and out.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line.
Come on, baby.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here we go.
In his own end zone, it's Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this 1st half. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. So how about that for a backbreaker? Again, 99 yards.
And how about the audacity of the play call? When you're backed up that close to your goal line, usually you're just trying to run some type of a wedge play, a quarterback sneak, a dive, anything to try and create some room and take care of the ball. But that's confidence in your offensive line that they'll protect the guy throwing it, and he finds his guy for 99 yards. I love what they just did.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
That's it, baby. You don't work.
At their own 25-yard line.
Come on,
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams split plays.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, Charles, taking a step back for a second, let's look at the undefeated teams still left in the NFL. We got New England, KC, they're 4-0. And then San Fran, they were open last week. They didn't have a game, so they're still at 3-0. We only have 3 teams left.
And they had the easiest path, not just because they had the open week, but how about New England getting challenged by Buffalo? Yes, they were on the road, but you don't often think of Buffalo as a team to really press New England. They did. And Kansas City, they got a heck of a test in Detroit. Had to score with 20 seconds left on the clock to win that game. So both of them remained undefeated, but not without struggles.
That's the interesting thing about Buffalo. I think we learn more about them in their 1 loss this year than we have in their 3 victories.
I think we would say the same thing about Kansas City because of how they got pressed, but we'd also say the same thing about Detroit, how they played Kansas City in that game.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. Andy Isabella was the intended target. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Here we go.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Garoppolo. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Hassan Reddick, his 2nd sack of the night.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Hassan Reddick in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Cardinals on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Terrell Suggs, one of the best in the business at finding the QB, gets home there.
13.
Watch out.
12, fellas, here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
65.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Marquise Goodwin. Incomplete. He was defended by Patrick Peterson.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Thirteen. 11.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. He sets to fire deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Johnson. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Murray. And he's got Fitzgerald. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Right there. 54, right there, right there.
First down, Murray. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Trying to get it to Clay that time. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Back near his goal line. Here's Garoppolo. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. He'll have a first down and more past the 20 as he'll take this up to the 22-yard line. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10.
13, man.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Need blitz coming, and down he goes. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
A loss of 9 on the play. Brings up third down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a third and long. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. He's going to wind up and air it out. And got his man complete. And all the way to the opposite 48. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 41 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
58 for Mike.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Deontay Thompson, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. After the turnover, here's Murray, escaping the pressure right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open.
And now Garoppolo lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, two-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. Throw left side complete. It's Bird. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go.
Here's Murray, sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Ready. Mike, 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Murray now on first down. His throw caught right around the 6. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it with Johnson. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are back within a single score. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Now on 2nd and 13, Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
21.
58 to Mike, 58.
I got you.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Hassan Reddick, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Bird on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. This one caught by Isabella. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Cardinals.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's do it.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The Cardinals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Now a timeout called for by the offense as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Murray to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Hakeem Butler there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Check, check. Watch it before. Watch it before. Hey, get him. Get him. Mike's 50, baby. Mike's 54.
To throw is Murray. Open man completes it to Butler. 12 yards there and a first down.
Hey, you got your first down. Get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. They come out here in the eye. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to... And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw, Garoppolo. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
21.
And the blitz does come. And James has it. And all the way down to the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They go to Johnson again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The busy night continues for Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
On first down, it's Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Murray sets to throw on 4th. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bird. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Here's Johnson, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is 3rd and goal. Murray now, 3rd and goal. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Silicon Valley.
How I feel to be the boss, let me find out.